they just approved blood transfusions for the fighting of coronavirus.
So, adrenochrome is released inside a body under extreme terror. And the way they do this is they basically skin these children alive. There's apparently a video out there on the dark web of a 8-year-old and a 10-year-old. One is supposed to be Hillary Clinton doing it, and the other one is supposed to be a doctor. But they actually rip flesh from the body, they reach up inside the body cavity and squeeze the heart, all kinds of crazy shit. And these kids are screaming, why are you doing this, whatever. And they drink the blood. The blood, that releases the adrenochrome. Just look this, I know as far-fetched as this shit sounds, I know that I actually sound crazy right now.
I hope it's all true. I want to see a picture of Hillary Clinton with a child's heart in her hand, her blood running down her face.
So Spirko thought one of the next moves was we have to shut off movement, right? So dudes moving from state to state. A lot of states have this 14-day quarantine. If you've been out of the state and you come back in, you have to self-quarantine for 14 days. What, on what? The fucking honor system? Because they're not putting them in jail. They're not fucking sealing the house. They're not why don't they put ankle bracelets? If you really want a motherfucker to have self-quarantine for 14 days, why don't you just put a fucking ankle bracelet on him? That works everywhere else. So they're not doing it. And people are still traveling state to state. If you really want to lock this shit down, we just saw last week, after the all seas no movement shit, California's locked down, right? We saw fucking 5-6 giant fucking trucks with like 40-foot travel trailers blow past our fucking Walmart. Every one of them had California plates. So much for locking down movement. I'm not saying whether they should or not. Spirko's thing is they're going to lock down states, and you're going to have to fucking have paperwork or whatever to move state to state. They're going to check the temperature or whatever it is. The whole temperature checking thing, are you running it? It's only as good as the motherfucker checking it. A lot of people were saying this. I saw a dude write and he goes, hey, I walked into a hospital. I'm a maintenance person. I work for a contracting company. And because I had a hard hat, she didn't even check my temperature. I could totally be a carrier and walk in and expose everybody now. It's only as good as the minimum wage employee fucking doing the checks.
Temperature is you're at the final stage.
Yeah,
you've already been spreading it for a week.
80% of the people that have it show no symptoms of it.
You've already been spreading it.
So
for a week.
Spirko's thing is they're going to lock down the states. Do you think they're ever going to fucking let that off once this is all over with? We've been saying with the Real ID thing for the last 2 years, you now have, come October, you're supposed to have that little star on your fucking ID to be able to fly. You think you're going to be able to move state to state without that fucking Real ID card? Oh, you owe child support? Sorry, you can't get on this airplane. Oh, you owe the IRS? Sorry, you can't leave the state. Sorry, guys. It just got smaller. What's next? Your town? Your city? Where's it going to end? Just think about that. Where's it going to fucking end?
When the meteor hits, the meteorite that is
of which there are 4
hits us, and that's why we're all really locked down. Is because these meteorites are coming and they want us distracted with this COVID bullshit. So we're all not party naked out in the streets.
What's Event 102?
What is it again?
Is it Event 102? Is it 102? Look up. Is it Event 102?
Yes, it is Event 102.
Event 102 was held.
Oh yeah.
In China.
In China.
Military games.
Bill Gates.
Many militaries were there. The Bill Gates Foundation funded it. And what was it all about? Oh, it was about the release of a fucking coronavirus. Look that up. Just fucking check it out.
It's funny. That military games are.
It's like Cobra Gold or whatever.
Yeah, training that actually happened, and
it was like
the Chinese actually came out and said that that's how we introduced that's how we introduced coronavirus into China. It was some of our military guys that brought it there.
And bats, right? Bat suit. Didn't it just come out?
You gotta love the news media because they all placate. For whatever reason, they're all beholden to China. If you can have the NBA go,
it's not.
Ooh, don't protest the Chinese.
It's not that they like China. It's they like opposite whatever.
Trump like. So
if Trump was like fuck China,
but they're all placating to this bats. Well, come to find out, the bat in particular that this virus comes from is 600 miles away from this area in China, and the market that they blamed it on doesn't sell bats.
It's only a fish market.
The only scientific laboratory in China that studies these bat viruses is in Wuhan.
Now the
And
chick,
last year, they put out an actual study, a scientific study. You can look at it. They went around China and collected up all these bat viruses so they could study them in Wuhan.
now the chick we kicked out, the scientist, the Chinese scientist, we kicked out of the United States. In 2015, 16, and 17, we gave her hundreds of awards and accolades. Do you know where those scientific tests happened? They happened in the United States here.
So what's
Just look any of it. Just look it up.
So what's more likely? That some dirty Chinese peasant, maybe he wasn't a peasant, maybe he's a really rich guy that likes to collect rhinoceros horns, was eating bat soup and caught this virus and spread it throughout the world, or they had an accident, or they did it on purpose, or it came from that goddamn lab. It's like,
Why would China
It's like-
why would China contaminate themselves?
well, this is what I think this is the most likely. Okay, this is the most likely because the number one thing people keep saying, even still today, we really don't know how it's fucking transmitted. Is it in the air? Is it in the droplets? Is it on the skin? We really don't know. They keep saying that. Everybody keeps saying that. They really do not know exactly how this is being transmitted. I mean, they know it's through contact, but they don't know if it's just sitting in the air and you can you just walk through COVID and catch it? They don't know. This is what I think happened.
I heard it transmitted through dirty water. It came from a 3rd floor to a 10th floor apartment.
They were all doing their fucking little experiments in their little fucking communist lab, doing their little shit, and somebody was like, "Achoo. Let me get it. I'm just gonna have a drink of this Coke over here," and drank the fucking Coke, and then left the lab, got sick, passed it to everybody.
We almost had Ebola leave Ruston House, Virginia, one of the hot labs there, or I guess the hot lab in Ruston House, and it was like one fucking micro DNA or something off from being the airborne one. They were working with monkeys, and the dude got out of the fucking and vomited, was exposed to the alternate strain of Ebola. And that was so fucking close to the real Ebola being in the United States. That happened like right after Hot Zone happened.
I mean, just think about auto accidents. We have auto accidents all the time. They have the same thing. The military-industrial machine in the entire world has the same problem with all their stuff. All their stuff.
Breaks.
Some of it breaks.
More than human.
It's always a fucking little bit of human error. If you're lucky.
Including Chernobyl.
Yeah, if you're lucky, when the fucking B-52 accidentally drops
Bomb?
nuclear weapons into Georgia, I believe it was
It was
Georgia,
in the lake.
that the bullshit safety wire that was on there kept the fucking things from blowing up.
I thought one of those was never recovered.
Well, the one that was dropped off the East Coast or the East Coast. So one of them, a nuclear weapon was dropped off the East Coast, like 50 miles off Virginia or some shit like that. They say it was never recovered.
We gave it to Israel.
Yes, we gave it to Israel. The two that were dropped in Georgia, I believe it was Georgia. The two that were dropped in Georgia, they recovered both of those. But they've actually, and I thought, oh wow, we've had a couple of nuclear accidents. They've actually got 20. I mean, think about this. The United States of America, at one point in time, we had 7,000 nuclear weapons. They were talking about kill targets where they would hit a target. So like a kill target, we'll say Nashville. We're going to drop a nuclear bomb on Nashville. They had 20 nuclear bombs that they were going to drop on Nashville. Not we dropped one and it missed, or not they intercepted it. They're just going to go, okay, Nashville, boom, all 20, they're off, or wherever in Russia. So, I mean, we were ridiculous with this shit, but they have 20 nuclear weapons that are just
Missing.
What? I don't. 1, 2.
How many were supposed to be here?
1, 2. I thought we had 3. I mean, shit happens all the time. So we're actually very lucky as human beings that this corona, that whether it's swine flu, pig flu, fucking boo-boo flu, lost nuclear weapons. I mean, if you think about this, if we lost 20 weapons, the United States, we're pretty, I'll give it to the Air Force. They're pretty good. They got like 5 or 6 dudes looking at these things all the time, and they're trying to maintain that arsenal. If we lost 20, imagine how many the Soviet Union lost when it collapsed down to Russia. I'll bet farmers are still tripping over those bitches today. They're like, what the fuck is this? They're probably saw cutting those things open to use them as fucking tractor plows and shit.
Remember the picture I showed you at Walmart, and all the seeds, all the garden seeds for sale were wrapped up and said non-essential items can't be sold.
How is garden seeds not essential items?
So we were curious, so we went to our Walmart, and we could still buy seeds, but we could not buy any cut fabric, which I get. Okay, more human contact, they're going to touch it, we're going to touch it. But all that fabric, we have a whole fabric section, it's like 3 aisles, thousands of bolts of fabric, and they cannot be sold. I get it. Last night on live feed, somebody mentioned that, and they said that, I don't know if I figure it's Photoshop. And they're like, no, it's happening at several Walmarts, and they said it's so that to support the farmers. We're not going to let you buy seeds, so you have to come to Walmart to buy your lettuce. You can't grow a garden this year.
So are we assuming that this is going to
keep going?
This is going to go for a long time? Because, seeds are not about present food. Seeds are about future food.
Yeah, so I don't know.
And then John mentioned this earlier, and I seen it too, that because they're rationing in stores, farmers are dumping milk into the rivers and shit because they can't get milk to market.
I have something to add to that. Go ahead.
It's not because of food shortages. It's because of labor shortages. So you have these Costco panics going on all over the United States, and you have minimum wage employees trying to maintain those shelves, and they are actually working their asses off to keep beans and weenies on the shelves. If they keep letting you buy 50 gallons of milk, the milk's going to keep coming. The milk is still going to keep coming. The beans and weenies are going to keep coming, but that's more work that those minimum wage employees have to do. I'm just going to say this. I was at Tractor Supply. Ooh, should I say that? I probably shouldn't say that because one of you guys are going to triangulate with cell phones and figure out which Tractor Supply. I was at Tractor Supply, and I had to buy T-posts.
Did you buy a pallet?
I bought 50.
Did you buy all of them?
No, I didn't buy all
How
of
many do they
them.
have?
I don't ball like you. I can't do that. I can't just be like.
They only had
all of them.
53, Jeff.
Well, if they only had 53, I would have bought it. I could have taken 53. So, you have to drive into their lot to get the T-posts.
Did you have to buy an extra gate?
I did have to buy an extra gate. It's a prize. It's a present though. She doesn't know I bought it. So you have to drive in.
What's
through
holding the gate closed right now?
Nothing. It's not even on. I just fenced over it.
Oh,
I
okay.
fenced past
Okay.
I fenced
So
right
there's a
past it.
patch.
Yeah.
She just can't get into pet the cows.
She can't get into
dog
pet the cows.
Jeff has Dalmatian cows.
I have pet cows.
Have you
if
seen the
anybody's
cows
interested.
painted like tigers?
No, but that's really cool.
Yeah, it was fucking pretty. Go ahead.
Anyways, so I buy these T-posts, and this is. I know we're under quarantine, so
They are mad.
everybody is doing home improvements right now. Like if you go to any hardware store, everybody's in the hardware store.
They've closed all the mom and pop shops, and now only the corporate box stores are open. And there's 8,000 people there, and everybody's so worried about the quarantine, right? You do see a lot of people wearing masks and gloves. Not a single fucking employee at any of these places. They ain't worried about it, or corporate has told them they can't.
So I go to get these T-posts. The dude unlocks the gate and walks away. He opens it for me and everything. I drive up to where the T-posts are. He disappears. So I get my bundles of T-posts and I put them in the truck. He comes back through the gate. He goes, how many do you need? I go, I already got them. I go, you need to see the receipt? And he goes, at this point, I don't give a shit. You can have as many T-posts as you want, and walks away.
Okay, so I have something to add to that. We went to Jackson. We needed to go. I was looking for a chest freezer. I have, not because I'm panic buying a chest freezer. I have a fucking giant chest freezer.
It just frapped out.
It's freezing part of the time, and sometimes it's not. And I have like $8,000 worth of frozen fucking mice in this thing. Awesome. Yeah, let's have a zoo. $8,000 worth of frozen fucking mice that are frozen sometimes when you check them out, and other times they're mushy. So I'm like, fuck it. My chickens are going to eat all these fucking frozen mice really fast. That's my plan when they go bad. I'm like, let me go find a freezer. So I look online. Lowe's shows they have like 8 options. I can even pay for these motherfuckers right now at 1 a.m. in the morning. Jackson has them. And then just in case somebody's bought them, because the panic buying for freezers happened a couple weeks ago. Should be over with, right? So my backup is I will go to Home Depot. So we go up there. We're driving up there, and Amanda is checking. She's like, let me see what the modified, if they have anything about plans. Do we have to stand in line? Is there distancing? Only so much capacity in the store? The whole deal. So she searches Jackson, Tennessee Lowe's and puts it in Facebook, I think. That's where everywhere I go. If you don't have a business Facebook page, you are losing money. Well, what comes up? Not Lowe's' Facebook page for Jackson, something on the Jackson City official Facebook page, and all it is fucking employees at Tractor Supply, Lowe's, and Walmart fucking complaining about still having work. They want to be laid off so that they can get unemployment and not work. And they're using their name. I'm like, screenshot every one of those motherfuckers and fucking send it to corporate. I would fire every fucking one of those people. I would even walk in and show the fucking manager that your employees are so disgruntled, openly trying to start an overthrow or a coup in your business that is still fucking open. How about thank you for a fucking job?
Well,
Tennessee didn't sign off. Tennessee didn't. You don't get that 600 bonus. Tennessee didn't sign.
We're good. You should get a
You
bonus.
get your 20% of whatever you used to make, or whatever the fuck it is. So, anyways, we go to Lowe's. She's like, where do you want to go? I go, well, we're gonna go to Lowe's, and we're gonna go to Sam's Club. Go to Lowe's. We will pay for the freezer, and then we'll go to Sam's Club and come back. She's like, why? I go, because I'm not leaving a $1,000 freezer, especially in these conditions in the trailer, sitting there. So we go to Lowe's. First we stand in, it's 6 feet apart, right? And it takes probably 15 minutes to get in the store. No big deal. Everybody's out there, they're talking, they're joking. This lady is shuffling around in between people. So much for 6 feet. She's bumping into people. She's holding what looks to be a cucumber plant. And she's like, I just need to return this. And I'm like, what the fuck? So the dude's like, you're going to have to stand in line, ma'am. You're going to have to, just like everybody else. She's like, well, can I just take, I'm like, God damn. I'm like, I'll just give you the $3
Yeah,
for the
here's
fucking
the
plant.
$3.
I'll give you $3 to leave.
Here's the $3.
So her dude, who's COVID, zombie, fucking drunk, whatever he is, we're talking probably 60, 65. He's dressed totally inappropriately to be out in public. Like dolphin shorted out and shit. So
They're coming back.
he's like, Martha, just take it, we'll just plant it. And the dude's like, is that a squash plant? The guy that works there, he's super cool. And he's like, he tells the man, he's like, I love your hair. I'm like, I like your hair. He's like, I didn't have a choice. I go, me neither. We're both fucking bald. So that dude actually helped us once we were in the store later. Luckily, I was fucking had that little chit chat with him.
Yeah.
But he's like, squash are really prolific. If you plant this, they will always come back. And he's like, come on, we'll just go to Milan. You're going to drive 45 minutes to go to Milan because they don't have any check over a $3 squash plant.
Somebody needed a pack of cigarettes.
It would cost more in fuel to drive there, even with this fuel mileage. Even with the prices right now.
Somebody needed a pack of cigarettes.
So we finally get in the store, and I'm like, is this the only freezer you have? And he's like, yes, it is. Like, can I buy that? He goes, it shows I have 2 in the back. So he goes in the back. Now, inventory on my phone shows they got 5 or 6 options. So he goes in the back, he's like, dude, I hate to tell you this, we don't have it. I've got 1 back there, somebody's already prepaid it. I'm like, thanks for trying, man, thanks. So we go over to Home Depot, who has way fucking less shit than anything Lowe's has. If you want to buy appliances or kitchen shit or bathroom shit, Lowe's is way nicer. If you want to buy just some fucking construction shit, maybe Home Depot.
Maybe Home Depot.
So we didn't get a freezer. Whatever, it's still kind of freezing sometimes. Doesn't
Are you afraid
yet?
Are you afraid that they will reanimate?
Cody thought that. Cody really thought that when he was 6 years old. He's like, well, what are we going to put the mice in? I go, they're on the towel, defrosting. He goes, well, what happens when they wake up? I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers ain't waking up, Cody. So then we go to Sam's Club. And Sam's Club, dude, it was not packed. It wasn't overrun. There was no wait. It was Sam's Club's back to normal. The shelves are full. Everything's there. Why is that? Because you can only buy one of anything. Most stuff you can only buy one.
And no note that says you can only buy one, right?
Now there is. Now there is. It says right on the tag, only one item, only one item. Well, it says it consecutively like 20 times on the tag.
I think that, you know what's funny about that though? Because this is at Walmart.
Yeah.
If you go to the paper towels, it says, you know, a little speech about elderly customers. Please only buy one so there's enough for everybody. But they had paper towels. So they had paper towels. They had a 20 pack. And then they had single rolls.
I've never seen single rolls.
They had single rolls. Dude buys three single rolls.
And it costs as much as the 20 pack?
No. I don't know what it was, but
Bought
he
single
bought
rolls,
3 single
2
rolls.
cartons of cigarettes.
I bought a 4-pack of Brawny. So Brawny rolls, because I was just amazed that they had it. So I bought a 4-pack of Brawny rolls. He bought those 3 Walmart, they're like great value Walmart tissue paper fucking rolls. He buys 3 of them. I have a 4-pack. They have a 20-pack on the shelf. She rings mine up. I put it in the cart. His single rolls come up, and she's like, "Yeah, you can really only have one of those." I'm like,
Did you open yours up and give him some?
He's only got 3 there, and well, I guess his
Wife bought one.
His elderly mother or somebody was behind him because she's like, "Just give me one of them, and we'll pick the other one up later." So they got 2, but they had to do 2 different exchanges to get that fucking. I get rationing, but the problem is we aren't smarter. We're much dumber. Nobody. His 3 rolls was not killing especially the rolls that he bought.
No, but
they're great value rolls.
they have taken and put that on that girl.
Yeah.
That should not be the case.
Yes.
That shouldn't be the case. I mean, because you got some asshole who knows he's only supposed to have 1 case of something and he's got 3. I stood in line. Amanda and I went in with separate carts just in case to see what the deal was. She went to one line, I went to another line. We didn't buy any fucking crazy shit. We didn't buy the last of nothing. She got paper towels. I didn't even get any. I could have totally got paper towels. I didn't even, because we don't need them. We fucking genuinely, we're still cooking for people. We're still using the same products. We're buying normal shit. We're not hoarding stuff up, right? So I go to, and I'm in line. Amanda gets in a line with like 20 people. I'm in a line with 2 people. I am in line longer than Amanda and all 20 get through. I'm in a line, I'm still waiting in line. Amanda's out of the building, out of the truck, because there's a lady arguing about all the shit
She's got to put back.
that she couldn't take with her. But they put that on that poor fucking girl. It's the register girl.
So I look at it this way. If you go to Walmart and you buy a can of beans, let's say you go to Walmart and you buy 2 cans of beans, and you do that every month for a year, and one day you go to your pantry and you're like, "Holy shit, I have 600 cans of beans." That's not hoarding. That's not hoarding. The state shouldn't be able to kick in your door and fucking take your cans of beans. On the other hand, if the government comes out and goes, "Hey man, everybody needs to fucking wash their hands," and then you go to the bank and you take out $5,000 and you go around to local businesses and you buy up all the fucking hand sanitizer because you're getting ready to resell it at a much higher price, you're fucking hoarding. They should be able to fucking beat your ass. I still, even in that scenario, I still don't think that the government should be able to take your property. Should they be able to go, "Hey, dickhead, you bought those fucking hand sanitizers for $1 a piece. If you want to sell them on fucking Facebook Marketplace for $1, go ahead. But if we see $2, we're going to tax you a fucking $1." How's that sound? They should be able to do that. But as far as, it's like Como. Como was like, "We're going to nationalize and we're going to start stealing people's fucking medical equipment that they've been hoarding." Wait a minute.
Those are real businesses that bought that shit.
First off, nobody hoards ventilators, right? There's not some.
He does.
Yeah, there's not some.
Didn't they find
yeah.
a whole warehouse full?
There's not some creepy dude in Queens that has a fucking apartment full of old ventilators going.
Trench coat.
He's not. Nobody hoards ventilators. What he's talking about is going to businesses
That they have closed down.
that purchased those fucking ventilators when it was time to purchase ventilators, and stealing that equipment so he can take it to his nationalized government hospital and go, look at what I did, I got these ventilators. I'm not going to use the 1,000 that are in the warehouse because we're saving those in case some really crazy shit happens. Which, by the way, he got from Trump. That's where he got those ventilators that he was hiding in a warehouse.
And said he didn't get.
So, I mean,
Trump busted him out.
I can't understand why they're so crooked. Anyways, and that, for the most part, I believe that all politicians are crooked. That's the whole point of being a politician, so you can steal from people. But man, if you're a Democrat, it's just blatant. It's just like they're behind you in line, going like this. Let me see what's in your pocket. What do you got there?
What Shapiro thinks going on?
Well, Shapiro is kind of.
I know you. I like listening to him.
Yeah, his thing right now is he's just jumping up and down about the data because we don't have any real data, and you cannot, which is true, you cannot collapse the world economy based off of faulty data.
I think they did.
Well, they did, but he wants real data because it's the difference between are we staying locked down for a year, or are we staying locked down for? Are we really? Is into April? Is this over with? You have to have real data to show that.
Dude, you've already got states saying fucking July, man.
Yeah, but that's if you look at those. If you look at any, I hate to say this. I'm going to say this again. I know I keep hitting fucking Democrats, but if you look at who runs those states, they're all Democratic states. They don't have problems fucking declaring martial law on their citizens. Democrats have no problem taking away your freedoms, your rights. They do it all the time, and then they pretend like they're doing you a favor. I'm doing you a favor by putting my fist in your ass.
You ready to shut this down?
I guess.
Okay, face masks. We made them. We've made 600 of them so far. I think it's a false sense of security. Look at it like this. It's a pre-cover to go over a real mask. If you don't have one, maybe it's better than nothing. You come up with some kind of filter shit to put in there. There's tons of stuff out there on that. We have been making them. We've shipped over 200 of them now.
Way over 200.
We'll ship another 300-400 tomorrow. That's about our capacity shipping. We are still building. We will have 1,000 done by tomorrow. All total, we're still going. We have another 600 cut to build right now. If you want one, they're on our website at soetacticalgear.com under face mask. Just look it up.
I put this up tonight.
Yeah, I think you're going to see CDC come out and mandatory that everybody has a face mask.
Yeah, it's going to be mandatory.
And that's not to protect me, that's to protect you from me. So we're doing some cool ones. We're not letting people request the style they want. Buy one, it will ship to you in a day or two. We're about, well, we're running about 2 days right now just because of the weekend, but dudes have ordered them, and I mean, we've shipped them within, the first day we shipped a couple hundred, we shipped 100 of them.
Yeah, first day.
Within a couple hours of ordering them.
If you ordered on the first day, if you went on that, those orders are all gone. So you should have tracking on that.
So check it out. It's for COVID-19, right? You are never returning this fucking thing. If you buy this and you're like, oh, I didn't wear it, that bitch ain't never coming back here. If you buy it, you fucking own it. When you're done with it, I suggest you fucking burn it. They're online.
Wash them by hand. Don't wash them.
There's a wire inside. We've bent the wire over, but it's still fucking cloth. It can punch through. Do not machine wash these. Wash them by hand, 2% bleach solution, whatever you're going to do. Donald Trump Jr., I know your dad's busy. He doesn't watch this. I know you do watch this sometimes. If your dad appreciates what we're doing, we just want to see the Book of Secrets. We just want to run around like National Treasure, steal some things here and there, let us in the museum basements. We won't even take anything that's on display.
No, definitely not.
We just want to see inside the book for a minute. Just like 5 minutes, okay?
I'd like to, honestly, I don't even want to do any of that stuff. I would like to just go to the White House
and then the bullet train?
No, run the secret tunnel that Clinton used to use to sneak out and see his ladies. I really want to go through that tunnel.
And we'll have some McDonald's.
And McDonald's. Because there's nothing more American than McDonald's.
And if we're there for breakfast, it'll be McGriddles. Turn that shit off.